This meeting is being recorded.
There we go. Let me mute. Hello, my love. How you doing? Yeah, I just saw you said you're going through. What's going on?
Um, so I've been really sad. Me and Choice broke up. Um, she cheated on me.
Mm.
Um, and we were just trying to figure that out. And we literally just got off the phone. Um, we just like we had a argument and just like I blocked her, like she blocked me, like I blocked her, like we're done, like. And as I was blocking her, I started to like feel better because we just been in this like area of like she's trying to she feels like in a relationship she never chose herself, right? And I can understand that on some things. And I think she was the way she loved me was in an anxious like way. Like she had an anxious attachment style, that's what she says. So she loved me in an anxious way. So she just loved me like probably like I mean not probably in a unhealthy way. So now it's like as we're trying to figure out how to like work things out with like the cheating and stuff. She's having like she's told me why she cheated on on me, but because it was like she just wanted validation from another. Like when the dude she was flirting with a guy and the guy was flirting with her after she bought the nigga ride wave tickets. Like that shit crazy. Like she bought the nigga ride wave tickets and then they started flirting with each other. And then she went to North Carolina and she seen him and like, but she didn't like. She said she didn't do anything with him. But the way they was texting, like he had said some crazy. Cause she sent me a text messages, so I seen everything. But it's just like
Mm-hmm.
listen, crazy, and I'm like, I just don't like trust Shorty. Like you know what I'm saying? She told me they didn't do nothing. He didn't touch her besides like hug or none of that. It just was like. So I'm like, I'm trying to see through it because like I love the girl so much. Like I haven't told everybody. I really haven't told anybody that I'm even like trying to figure it out. Like I'm just trying to see if I can because I love her so much. And then it's like now she's putting herself first, and she at the same time like we're not together. So it's like she's not considering me in certain situations where I have trust issues at. And so we're meeting a conflict, and it's like it's making it like worse and when it comes to our relationship, but then it's like we can find boundaries, but we're just I feel like we're both just so hurt and there's just so much resentment. Like it's just too much for us. And really it's too much for me. Like I can't mentally she got me like out of it, if I'm being honest. Like ever since she cheated on me, I've been going through it. I ain't gonna lie. So I just maybe like we us blocking each other, I feel like that's like really big. She called me caller ID, but it's like, bro, like I know it's shorty. If somebody call me with no caller ID, it's gonna be her. So it's just like I gotta stay strong. But like I'm not even stay strong, but like I gotta like put myself first. Like, cause she got me like mind boggled. Then in basketball, my coach keep playing with me. Like she keep playing in my face. She played me 13 minutes against Washington. And today in practice, I almost quit. Like I almost like walked out. Like I genuinely like I can't do this because she just won't stop saying my name. Like she just won't leave me alone. And it's just like I I don't feel like myself. So when I go play basketball, it's like I don't got no motivation to even play. Like I'm just so like sad.
Mhm.
Just really sad.
Mhm.
And you know, they say people get sad around this time anyways, but
Mhm.
it's really sad. Like I don't really know anybody out here. It's like just me and God. So it's just really been a lot. I'm just trying to try to make it work.
Mhm. So what I want to do is I want to help you separate some things. So imagine if you put a bunch of bricks in one bag and try to carry it. If you put 20 bricks in a bag, could you carry that down some steps and take it outside?
It would be hard to do it.
Could you do it? Could you literally think about it? Could you take a bag and put, let's say, 50 bricks in a bag and try to carry that? Could you carry 50 bricks?
No, ma'am.
No. Now, if you picked up, if you had 50 bricks and you picked them up one at a time, could you carry them one at a time outside?
Yes.
So right now, you have all of these different experiences happening, and you're literally you've lumped all of them together, and you're trying to carry them all together. And just like 50 bricks in a bag, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you take your time, no matter how much you prepare, you can't carry 50 bricks in a bag outside. Is that a fair assessment for me to make?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the bricks still have to get carried outside. And so what that means is you got to pick up one brick and carry it. You got to pick up the second brick and carry it. What that means, Janiah, is we've got to together separate these different bricks. The cheating, the relationship challenges, what's happening with your coach, how you're playing, the time of the year it is, trying to navigate what we talked about last time and where the weed falls, you in a place of growth, all these things, we got to identify how we separate them so that you can carry, manage each one of these things like you're carrying that one brick. I see you. I just want to, does that make sense what I shared so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the reality is all these things that are happening is too much for you to carry by, like as them by them. I mean, as one thing together. And what'll happen and what we got to make sure of is the hurt you're feeling from one situation will make you misdiagnose something else. For example, you may be mad at the coach and you take it out on one of your friends, or you may be hurt by your girlfriend cheating and you don't show up the way you need to at the game or in practice, or you may be sad. You're just sad. And you make that like when you diagnose that as something that means life as a whole is bad. You tracking with me? And so what we have to do is we have to help you individualize each of these experiences. And I want to start with your girlfriend. Was there any cheating before this situation happened?
Um,
No. And were you guys in a like was you guys in a bad space? Were you things were going great and you were totally blindsided? What was happening prior to you finding out?
like we had like kind of broken up maybe like a month or two before that. Like maybe like what? Yeah, like a month into like August. It happened in September. But we were just arguing. We just kept like we always misunderstood each other in conversation. Like we would have a conversation and then it would get heated because we would think somebody is saying something that like we would just interpret it in the wrong way. And I feel like it's just based on how we grew up and how like we see things. So like we will always get into conflict about just I feel like she never understood me and like my intentions. And
Hmm.
so she would say she would be like I hurt her feelings. And it would be about something like that I didn't even think would ever hurt her feelings. And
Hmm.
so I would get defensive and I'd be like, well, that wasn't my intentions. Like I would get more upset at the fact that she even thought that I would do that to her than the fact of me trying to actually understand her feeling, just having a feeling, because it's a difference between intent and the impact, right?
Hmm.
So
Right.
I didn't understand why she was telling me, but at the end of the day, she just wanted me to apologize. I didn't understand that until I had to understand, right?
Hmm.
So then that was happening. Then she would always like I just didn't understand how she could why her feelings were if like then it made me just think like what am I doing wrong to where I'm not even thinking of trying to hurt her or my intentions are not trying to hurt her at all, but she will always get hurt. So it's like it made me shut down in conversation because it'll be the same conversation all the time and I wouldn't
Hmm.
know how to express what I'm trying to say. So
Hmm.
then I'll ask for space, or sometimes at first I just shut down and I didn't say anything, and I just would come back later and tell her like this. But then she was like, at least tell me that you need time or you need to understand what you're feeling. So then I did that, and then I just feel like I wasn't. She kept telling me she didn't deserve to be treated the way she gets treated. So I'm like, okay, like bro, like if you don't deserve it, like you can go somewhere else. She'd be like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I want you to say like I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna do better. I'm like, bro, for me, it just always felt like I was fixing something in the relationship. I always had to do something better. Like, I always had to be better. It's like I'm loving Shorty as hard as I know, you know. So
Hmm.
I just felt like I wasn't like enough, and then she cheated. And it's just like, just
Hmm.
so yeah.
And do you feel like that what you were now, can we be real transparent? Because I know you're
Uh-huh.
hurting. I want to be honest. I want to meet you where you are, but you know what I'm saying? Okay. So what she was saying, what you've shared with me with when you were in Georgia, what you shared with me when you were at Texas A&M, what you referenced earlier. There's times when coaches, loved ones, family members, you feel like you're not enough. Is that a fair assessment for me to make? That that's something you feel a lot in the spaces where you want people to love you where you are, but you feel like you're not enough. Is that a fair assessment for me to make?
Mm-hmm.
And when someone shares with you what they would like, why for you does that feel like you're not enough?
Because I didn't reach the expectation.
hmm And is it that is not meeting their expectation, meaning there's something they desire and they're asking you for that? Why do you look at that as a negative? All they're expressing is what they desire, and they're just asking you to meet them there. But your interpretation of that is, I'm not enough. Why do you feel you're not enough?
I mean, I can't see myself being there,
hmm
like doing that.
hmm If you said to me, Miss Sherry, I really like working with you, but I wish we could just do, you know, we could meet 15 minutes instead of an hour. I'm just making this up, right? Because I just feel like an hour is too long. Can we just meet for 15 minutes? Now, and in that 15 minutes, I wish you would ask me less questions and let me talk more. Now, if you ask that of me, your expectation is you want 15-minute calls and you want to be able to talk more. If you made that request of me, that would you be saying to me, you're not a good coach?
I'm not sure. I don't know what you're saying. Like
Say that
it,
again.
I don't really know what you're saying, but it could look like that.
So now, what if the reason you wanted 15 minutes instead of an hour is just because you had added practices, and added classwork? So you wanting 15 minutes is because you still want us to work together, but you just need to make sure you have the time to do it because of other responsibilities you have. Would that mean that I'm not a good coach because you need to make those adjustments?
Mm-mm.
No, right?
No,
Right. So what if I then said, well, Janiah, I'm not good enough. I'm not a good enough coach for you. I'm just not a good enough coach for you. Would that be true?
no,
When all you're asking me to do is make an adjustment to our time. Now, in that example that I gave, I'm going to now apply that for you. You feel like if someone asks you to maybe do something different, provide them more of you, whatever that may be, that expectation for you makes you feel like you're not good enough. Is that a fair assessment for me to make based on what you said earlier?
um, sometimes not that often enough, but I don't. I feel like it goes both ways. Like,
And we're gonna get there. Yes, yes. But just sometimes for you
no, not
said
like the
earlier,
person. I mean, like, I'm not enough or I am enough. Like, it'll
hmm
go both ways like that.
okay, sometimes. But those instances when you feel like you're not enough because you didn't meet the expectation, there are those instances where you feel like you're not enough, right?
Hmm.
I want to just focus on that. I know it's not all the time, but I want to focus on that. I want to focus on that. What if I said to you that that you are more than enough? Can you believe me? I
No,
want you to, okay, you said no. If I said to you, you are more than enough, and you said you could not believe me, that is what we have to work on. Because whether it's your girlfriend, your coach, another friend, a teammate, a family member, the reality is you, Janiah, are more than enough. The coach needs more of you, it's because you're more than enough. If someone cheats on you, it can hurt, but it doesn't mean you have to self sabotage because you're more than enough. If you and your girlfriend decide to work it out, you got to heal because you're more than enough. You tracking with me? When you hear me say you're more than enough, what are your thoughts around that?
uh, familiar territory kind of makes me feel uncomfortable.
hmm Why do you think it makes you feel uncomfortable?
I don't think I really know what that means.
hmm hmm Yeah, that you are more than enough. With your relationship and what happened, can it be true that you can be hurting, you can be angry, and you can be more than enough? But you know how to feel the anger, you know how to feel the hurt. Do you know how to feel good about Janiah that she is more than enough? Do you know how to feel that, know that, experience that?
No, man.
hmm That's the most important thing you can focus on right now. What do you feel like you need to help you feel and know that you are more than enough?
To heal,
Hmm.
to heal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I want you to hear what I'm gonna say. Since the moment I met you, I have absolutely thought you were one of the most special human beings I've ever met. I mean that. I've said it to you before. I've said it to other people. And the time that I've gotten to know you, I love you. I love you just the way you are. I think you are one of the most special human beings I've met. I am committed to you because I think you're so special. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. But the most important person who has to feel that way about you is you. We've been talking about healing for a long time, right? Right now, and I want to set this experience with your girlfriend to the side, and I want to talk a little bit about basketball now. The healing you need. How is the lack of healing causing you to show up in a way that you don't want to show up with basketball?
I don't have any like motivation. I just so sad. I don't wanna leave my house. I don't wanna leave my bed. I just be so sad. I just feel alone. So like, I feel like I'm not like getting up the exercise I'm supposed to. Like on the court, like I'm just not myself, and everybody asks me if like I'm okay every day. I don't have much to say. Like I just go out there like try to play hard, but like me as a person, like I don't feel good. Like I don't feel like myself. Like I just feel down. Like I just don't feel good. It's like I don't know. Like the people around me, I just don't trust. Like I don't trust anybody like around me. Like I don't know. I don't be knowing like how to like what if I should talk to people about certain things because like I don't know like they'll use it against me. Like I be really like overthinking about a lot of stuff. Like I just been like in my head. It's so crazy. After that shit happened.
Mhm. I want you, and I said this too. I didn't even know everything that was going on, but remember when we talked last week? This is why I said I wanted us talking more frequently because you are very discerning. You can't talk to everybody, right? And especially because there's a job that people are expecting you to do, and you need to heal. You need to be vulnerable. You need to be transparent, and that's why I'm here. Let me be the one that you're transparent with. Let me be the one that you're vulnerable with so that we can work on the healing because everybody can't be in that process with you. Some people can't see you broken and see you fixed. They just need to see you fixed. Does that make sense? Right?
Yeah.
They don't need to see the process. They just need to see one day, dang, Janiah on her stuff. But they don't need to see the messy middle. But that's why I'm here. So that we can work through the messy middle. Because what we don't want is we don't want this temporary pain to put you in a place that you make a permanent decision, quitting basketball, offending someone, or getting in a situation with someone that you didn't even mean it. It was just a bad moment, right? Whatever those things are, like you said, you were so close to quitting something that is a gateway to your future. So what we don't want is we don't want the temporary pain to put you in a position that makes the pain even greater. When you hear me say that, what does that say to you?
And let this girl fuck nothing up.
That's pretty much how I wanted to say it, but I couldn't.
Don't let her fuck this shit up, bro. You gotta lock in.
Well, this time you interpreted what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, you have so much. You have so much, and you got to give yourself grace. We got to stay consistent. We got to keep doing what we're doing, and you got to give yourself grace. Now, we got to have a sense of urgency, but you got to give yourself grace. You're hurting, and it's okay. There's areas you need to heal. That's okay. Now, why do you think I saw in your pre-worksheet, what is your wall? What doing the things you know you need to do with God?
I think it's just the devil just keeping me in isolation. Like, I don't be wanting to do anything where, like, others can feel it. Like when I feel it, like, it makes me feel like, like I should be feeling it. It's okay to feel it in a way. But it's like, just, like, I can't get out of, like, feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when I go try to talk to God, it's like, it, it gets brighter. It does. I play my music, my gospel music gets brighter. I just be so sad. I don't know. It's just been so sad.
Mm-hmm. And why won't you go to see the therapist?
Same reason I be like keep ducking you. Like I just don't be wanting to talk. We want to talk to nobody.
Mm-hmm. 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 So one of the things in the Bible, and I'm sure you've heard this before, where it says Jesus that we are healed by his stripes. Have you heard that part in the Bible before?
It's
And do you know the story around what that means when it says we are healed by his stripes?
like the beatings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That he took those lashes, that by him being whipped on his back, that's our healing. We literally by faith can be healed because he took on our pain, our suffering, right? And when people say that, if someone says they're diagnosed with cancer and they say, I believe you are healed by his stripes, or they're sick, most when we hear that, most of the time people are talking about the fact that somebody is physically sick, like we are healed by his stripes. You tracking with me so far?
Yes.
Well, the reality is the Bible doesn't say we're healed physically by his stripes. The Bible just says we are healed by his stripes. That means emotional pain. That means psychological pain. That means trauma from past experiences. Any and everything that you are hurt from, have experienced trauma, anything. The Bible says we are healed by his stripes. So the pain that you're in, and not just the pain from your girlfriend cheating, the pain that we've talked about that you've experienced when you were younger up to this day, by faith, you are healed. Now, you have to live out what that means, right? You got to live out what that means, but you are healed. When you hear me say that, what is that? What do you feel? When you hear me saying that, what do you feel? Not what you're thinking. I'm going to ask you that in a minute, but what do you feel?
Please start talking about it. I just was saying thank you, Jesus. That's it made me feel like, like he had me. Oh, I know he does.
Mm-hmm.
I know he does. And I'm just thankful for him. And I just gotta. Oh yeah, that's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, remember, I sent you the text. Keep your mind on Jesus, right? You want peace. Now, here's the practical. The practical is, yes, by faith you are healed, but you're still hurting. By faith you are healed. You still don't have the energy or the motivation to get up and move around. So, practically, what do you think will help you to actually begin to move out of the sadness? What do you think will help you?
I miss my family.
Hmm. Yep, that's one of the bricks.
They really are my support system. And I realized that when I was in the transfer portal and how everybody was feeling the weight that I was feeling. I see them take on the pain that and the situation that I was going on, and they took it personally. And that meant so much to me because that's a different type of love. And I know I only get that from them. And my dad and my two brothers, they just my protectors. When I'm around them, I don't have to worry about anything. I have to lift a finger. I don't have to worry about anything. And they they are my support system. And I just mean, I call them all the time. We talk all the time on the phone. It's just, it's different when they're in person. And I don't, they already deal with so much. I don't tell them about stuff. They don't tell me their stuff. Like, if it's a lot, I know I can tell them and they'll be there for me. It's just like with the choice thing, I don't even want to tell them about, like, I don't want them to look at her differently. Like, because, like, say we do get back together. If that was to happen, like they already don't like her because she cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't be willing to put a perception of her or say anything because it's just them. I don't want to tell them that. But I really wish they were here. Like, I really wish like my brother's supposed to be coming soon, but I don't know. I just really miss like my family.
Hmm. Hmm. And so when I say that's another brick, you understand what that means, right? That's another thing that that's hurting you, that's got you sad. The cheating, the breakup, missing your family, being so far away from your family. These are all the different bricks. And so it's okay, Janiah, to have a moment to just feel the separation of not being near your family. But here's what I want you to do. When you're feeling the sadness from not being with your family, I don't want that to be a magnet for you to then bring the hurt from your girlfriend, the hurt from this, the coach's frustration. I didn't play all of these things when all you want them in that moment is I'm sad about missing my family. Are you tracking with me?
Yes, ma'am.
And so I don't want you adding all the other stuff. I want you trying to carry all the bricks when right now all you're carrying is the brick that I miss my family. Because what happens is when you say, I miss my family, then you can just have that moment of missing your family. And then you can feel, I miss them. Why do I miss them? Because they're my support system. Because I know they love me. And you see how I'm starting to smile? Like you can then allow yourself to acknowledge that you miss them and you can begin to allow yourself to be strengthened in why you miss them, because you love them, because they love you, because they're your support system. Your brother's going to come out there to see you. I'm just going to call them and just hear their voices, because all you're experiencing in that moment is just that you miss your family. When you hear me share that, what does that speak to you?
Makes me think like, how do I put that brick down?
How do you put the breakdown of missing them,
You know, like after I
or
feel
the other bricks?
like how do I pick up the brick and deal with it and then let it go?
Ah, I want you. How do you think? How do you think you pick up that one brick? And then once you experience the sadness around missing your family, then what do you think you do with that brick?
Give it to God.
That's one thing you can do. What else? Give me something practical.
Pick up the other one.
hmm Now we're putting this brick down. So if you're holding a brick and you pick up another brick, then we add in two.
Oh,
You're right.
put the brick down.
You're right. So give me something practical on what that means. That you're gonna put that brick down. Missing your family is the brick we're focused on.
I think maybe just like you said, like feeling it. Like
hmm
our feeling it can help like release it.
hmm And remember when we started with our 21-day peace and a positive mind challenge,
Uh-huh.
right? As you feel it, I miss my family, and then talk through why I miss them, because they love me. I miss them because they're my support system. Then you replace it with the positive. My family supports me and they want me to do my best. My family wants me to be happy. My family wants me, as far out as I am from them, they want me to do what's best for me. You tracking with me?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
so instead of you letting the brick weigh you down and wallowing in the fact that you miss them, you allow the brick to put the brick down, and you stand on it so that it makes you stronger, makes you taller, makes you more. You see what I'm saying? So you take that sadness, the missing them, and you use that in your healing to go, my family wants what's best for me. I want what's best for me. We want what's best for me. I can, here's the key, I can miss them and allow myself to be positive even in missing them, right? Because
Yes.
what I think you're trying to do, Janiah, I think you're trying to, you want to erase the sadness in order for you to move forward. I'm saying it's okay. They can both live together. You can feel the missing them and still show up at practice. You can do both. That's the maturity. You can be sad. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, so you can miss your family and you can absolutely go to practice and run your butt off. Lead every challenge, every drill. You can do both. I think, and you to correct me if I'm wrong, I think you want to not feel the missing so that you can go do. Is that a fair assessment for me to make?
Yeah, without me realizing that.
hmm And the truth of the matter is, Your family is not there. You're going to miss them. It would be a lie that you would tell yourself to just go, oh, well, I don't miss them anymore. That's not your truth. You do miss them. But missing them doesn't mean you don't have to go out and be the best version of you. That's what I want you to take ownership of. And that's just one of the bricks. But the process is the same. You can be hurt by your girlfriend cheating and still love yourself that you are more than enough. Her action, her decision to cheat does not minimize that you are more than enough. You seeing how those two can live together?
Yes, ma'am.
So share with me what your thoughts are around just missing your family and or being hurt by your girlfriend's actions and feeling okay about you.
I think all of the feelings I'm feeling are new feelings
Hmm.
because when I was in Texas A&M and like if I miss my family, I will always have her. Like she will always be there. But it's like now it's like I'm sitting here like with myself. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm understanding how to be happy in that too. And, like I don't be knowing what to do with myself besides like me scroll TikTok or go in my room. I mean, go in my office and like, play the game or like call my brother. Like all I do is hoop and watch TV and play the game, like for real. And like that life was just so simple when she was around because she would be the person to get me out the house or like to do something. So it's like I have to figure out how to do things
Yep.
like
You
myself.
gotta you gotta create a new normal.
Yeah, that's what I feel like I really been struggling with. It's just like the change of everything.
Yep. 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 And a part of your behavioral tendency, a part of your strength is that when you lock in, you're loyal.
Yeah,
But the backside of being loyal is it's hard for you to accept change, right?
yeah, yeah,
So it's great that you're loyal, but you also have to be able to understand and like change. Change is hard because of your loyalty, because of your ability to want to support people. That's the part. So when you said these feelings are new, you're absolutely right. You want to know why you're absolutely right? How old are you, Janiah?
21.
You are 21. Baby, this adulting thing is still new to you. This is it it hurts.
It do, it do.
Oh, it hurts. Here's the thing. You can't make negative decisions just because life is life.
Yeah,
You don't get to do that. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. You can also give yourself grace that all of this is new and you're learning how to manage it. You're learning how to carry one brick at a time instead of trying to carry 50 bricks. Nobody can do that. 21, 59, 68. Nobody can carry the 50 bricks. So, based where we are now, And you'll see, you know how you filled out the pre-assessment? You're going to have an email to fill out a post-assessment. I want you to make sure you do it. But
Okay.
just our regular, what are your top takeaways from what we've gone over today?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your top takeaways?
Oh, um, that I need to deal with the break one thing at a time. I think really what I got from it, like, I need to feel, I try not to feel so much because I don't know why. Honestly, like, not that I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know. I just haven't put any thought
Good
into.
catch. Good catch. Good catch. I was waiting. I was gonna see.
Right. Yeah. 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 No, I just haven't put any thought into it. But yeah, I think I just don't be trying to feel. And I, like you said, probably just wanted it just to be better again instead of like dealing with the problem. So I I think just feeling and then like allowing myself to feel and figuring out how to have two things coexist when it comes to like me being hurt and still like being able to do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any other takeaway?
Um, I think that's what I can think about. No.
Mm-hmm. And when you do the worksheet, you may think it's real quick, like the pre-worksheet. But I want you to definitely do it. And here's what I really want to make sure that, and you just kind of said it. You said you need to figure out how to have two things coexist and still function,
Oh,
right?
I have another takeaway.
Okay, I'm ready.
I need to be consistent in talking to Miss Sherry, cause
Mm,
I'd be sad and I don't have to do it by myself. So I don't have to just not talk to anybody about the stuff that I be going through.
mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yes. That right there is very important. And you said something. You said that these two things, you got to learn how to manage these emotions, right?
Hmm.
And how they can coexist. Um, the other side of you being 21 is all of this is new. You're just not experiencing life kicking you in the butt like it's kicking you in the butt, right?
Hmm.
The other side of that is you also don't get the excuse or the not the excuse. You don't get the leeway that you got when you were 13, 14, 16. Because now you're 21. Now you have to also meet the reality of what that growth maturity level means. And that's what you're doing when you say, I got to learn how to manage these emotions. I got to learn how to not let a temporary moment put me in a position to make a long-term decision. You tracking with me?
That's something I really do.
Say that again.
That's something I really do need to work on.
That's big. That's big. That's big. And the biggest part out of all of this is what we said in the beginning. And you've got to know that you are valuable. You are more than enough. Because when you know you're more than enough, you will be committed to feeling better, not running away from the pain. Hear the difference?
Hmm.
There's a difference between doing what you have to do to feel better and trying to run away from the pain. That's where the weed comes. That's where the isolation comes. That's where the bad decision making comes because you're trying to run from the pain versus allowing yourself to grow through. Because pain is going to come again. And if you don't learn how to manage it healthy this time, it's going to be even worse when you get the next round of pain because you didn't learn how to manage it this time. When you hear me say that, what does that speak to you?
I gotta stop running from feeling. I gotta feel, and,
Mhm.
and that will make me feel better. Once I
Mhm.
feel and go through like the emotions, it'll make me feel better.
Mhm.
But it also makes me wonder like why am I running too?
Mhm. I want you to spend time on that question. I want you to spend time on that question.
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. I want you to spend. I'm going to give you a little cheat sheet. This isn't the only reason, but one of the reasons you're running is because of the place that hasn't healed. If you have a floor burn, like a real bad floor burn, you know the kind where it's red.
What's up, Forburn?
At floor burns when you ain't never hit the floor when you was playing
Oh
basketball,
yeah,
you
yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm.
you burn and that skin come off
Mhm.
and it's red.
Mhm.
Imagine that red skin. And if I keep smacking it, is it ever gonna heal if I keep smacking it?
Mhm.
Now, if you take the time to put the medicine on it and let it heal, it's gonna scab up, right? It's gonna get a hard scab on it, but eventually it's gonna heal. Now, once it's healed, when I do like that, is it gonna hurt?
Mhm.
No. So you had a trauma, you went through the process and did the work to heal. So the next time something tries to hurt you in that area, it don't have the same impact because you allowed yourself to heal. Right now, Janiah, you haven't allowed yourself, there's work we're doing together to help you heal. And that's these practical things that we're talking about that you're going to do.
Mhm.
You're literally going to allow yourself, give yourself time, put in the work so you can heal, so that these things that happen to you won't have as much of an impact.
Yes, ma'am.
You know why grown folks say been there, done that? You ever heard your aunties, your mama, your uncles, your daddy, you ever heard them say been there, done that?
Mhm.
You ever heard them say it like this with their next child? I've been there, done that. You ever heard them do that?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what they referencing. They done went through some they done had to heal through that
Mhm.
And the next time that came, they're like, oh no, no, not this time, because I've been there and done that. This is what we're talking about. You're about to have that kind of experience with the work we're going to continue to do together, where you can look at this and say, been there, done that.
Yes, ma'am.
How you feel? I know we're about to wrap up. How you feel?
Feel better. I feel like as the light's closer, I feel like I need to. I just want to go think and talk to myself and just try to understand myself some more, and maybe like just ask myself why am I hurting and like what's going on for real, just to like feel better. Like I want to see if I can just ask myself certain questions to make see if I can start feeling better. So that's probably what I'm gonna go do.
I'm going to give you a challenge with that. Here's my challenge.
Uh-huh.
Go pray instead.
Yes, ma'am.
That who, do you have the answers or can God give you the answers?
He's the only one.
There you go. And that's what you said to me. So pray first let him reveal it, and then you have the conversation with yourself around what he revealed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Thank you.
Oh, you are so very welcome. Baby, fill out that form
Okay.
and let's um let's definitely let's get on the calendar for next week, okay?
Okay.
But text me if we need to do a 15-minute check-in. If stuff is crazy, don't make a bad decision, Janiah. Text me, call me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Even if you gotta be like, all right, I gotta run to the bathroom, take your phone and call me from the bathroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my love. We will definitely talk soon.
Okay, thank you so much.
All
All
right.
right. See
Later.
you later.